You get health insurance, vacation, and a stable salary.
Organizing your own time is invaluable, in my opinion.
But it is expected, it is hoped that as independents you can earn more.
Who earns more between freelancers and employees?
In my opinion, you start from a base of 10,000 euros more per year.
In a historical period where salaries in Italy are very low, starting your own business could be the solution to earn more.
Owning a business lets you earn more, and it's up to you.
Today we'll make this comparison on the streets of Turin. My name is Fabio Marchione, and I travel around Italy asking Italians questions about money. Why? Because it's talked about far too little. It's no coincidence Italy ranks among Europe's lowest in financial literacy.
With my videos, I want to make it normal to talk about money and help people take control of their finances.
In your opinion, who earns more? A freelancer or an employee?
Well, a freelancer, but they definitely have to pay more independent taxes compared to an employee. For the rest, it depends on the job, I think. I don't know.
It depends somewhat on the turnover.
In my opinion, it's improper. It's more convenient. Yes, in my opinion. Yes, also because after all this crisis that's going on, I think it's more convenient.
Of course, with the fact that salaries are frozen nowadays and everything. Are you an employee or self-employed?
No, I'm an employee. That's why I wanted to change.
Yes.
Of course.
But look, I still haven't entered the workforce yet, so obviously I don't know. I'm still studying in my field. Obviously it would make sense for me to start maybe as an employee, but then as a freelancer because I'm studying law.
Okay, so you already know that in your field, in the future, it's better, okay? In terms of earnings, do you already know what difference there might be?
Obviously, at the beginning, if you're an employee, you still have a starting salary of 1,200, 1,500, and then later on, obviously, it's a variable. But it's expected, it's hoped that as an independent worker, you can earn more.
So since the numbers are higher, do you think freelancers make more than employees?
Maybe it's really about having more free time. I have to say, being able to organize your own time is priceless, in my opinion.
What do you do?
I'm a psychologist.
Self-employed.
Exactly.
And you chose it for this reason too, okay? So are you happy with your choice? Despite the taxes and everything else? In terms of earnings, do you know in your field who earns more between a freelancer and an employee?
No, actually, no, I couldn't tell you.
But you still chose to be a freelancer.
Regardless, without knowing exactly, without informing myself about the earnings.
Oh, did you go straight for that?
Absolutely, yes.
So, even if the pay was the same, you'd still rather work for yourself?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm with you on that.
Perfect.
In my opinion, employee, because at least you have health insurance paid, vacation, a secure salary, you have it with the taxes there are today. In my opinion,
Okay, even though the salaries are low and everything else.
but luckily for me,
Do you prefer?
I don't have a low salary, I've been lucky. But I understand that nowadays opening a value-added tax number isn't easy in Italy.
Of course, what do you do?
Pastry making.
I see, as an employee. And anyway, you don't complain about your salary, you're satisfied. Do you prefer security?
Yes, exactly.
But in terms of earnings, do you think you earn more as a freelancer or as an employee?
Well, maybe an employee, considering the taxes we have in Italy today.
I'm an employee and I have a good salary, luckily, but those who tell me they have a value-added tax number really have a lot of taxes to pay. Honestly, I have no personal experience.
I understood what you do, what your job is.
I work in the automotive industry.
Automotive. Okay, so like sales or...
No, installation of welding lines for the models.
I see. And you never thought about starting your own business because...
No, it takes courage.
What do you think about it?
I work for myself, but it's better to be an employee.
Yes, she's one of those who says...
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Have you always been self-employed or did you do both?
I've done both, and it's better to work as an employee.
Yes, why? What are the things you prefer?
At least if nothing else. Are you sure you'll get your paycheck at the end of the month? Because this way, today you get it, but maybe for 2 months you won't get it anymore. It depends on your job type.
Of course. You in particular, what do you do?
Oh, I work in the film industry, so it's a whole different story.
That's nice, that's nice.
A whole different story.
Okay. And as for the earnings, instead,
But being an employee was better? Yes, absolutely.
In his case, it was better. What do you think is better?
I think being an employee is better.
Do you earn more compared to that?
Not more, but there's less responsibility. And anyway, it's a secure salary, meaning you can help do something, in my opinion.
Of course, what do you do? What is your job?
I'm a bartender.
Employee? Yes, what do you do?
Elevators.
How long have you been doing it?
26 years.
Okay, always as an employee. Never thought about starting your own business. Have you tried?
Maybe?
No, but for friends, acquaintances who have taken that path, I decided to continue on mine.
You saw them start their own business.
Did they have any problems? To get by, and I preferred to stick with a secure job. I preferred to move forward.
But in your field, I get it. So you gave up and thought maybe it's for the best.
A secure salary?
What about earnings? It always depends on how things turn out. But who earns more? I mean, about that.
I can tell you who definitely earns.
Do you prefer to earn for sure rather than earn more?
You might be able to earn more, but you might also not earn anything.
Oh God, that's a good question. Tough one. Let's say I work in a restaurant.
So you're an employee?
I'm an employee, but self-employment has its advantages and drawbacks, in my opinion, so I don't actually know. It's a question I can't answer.
Okay, have you never thought about it for now?
For now, I've never thought about it. I'd like to open a restaurant myself, but honestly, I've never really thought about it.
Okay, but in the future, would you like to work for yourself?
I work in the healthcare field.
All right.
So my situation is a separate matter. But no, if you open a value-added tax number, no, like many colleagues who have a value-added tax number and are doing well, in the end, they earn more than an employee.
That's what I wanted to ask. You earn much more than an employee.
I confirm, yes.
You're talking to a freelancer, so I'm biased.
So you definitely have more opportunities. You want to grow and you want to move forward. Also for your income and your position. So it's something you do for yourself.
Of course. How many years have you been a freelancer?
25 years.
So always more or less, or have you also worked as an employee?
No, always
Okay, what do you do, just to understand?
mortgages, loans, insurance.
Nice. So in your opinion, is it 100 times better to be a freelancer?
In my opinion, yes. I see it in interviews and everything. Lately, I read that 30% of employees anyway are not satisfied with their job. So I also saw these percentages.
Yes. In fact, I wanted to make this video. Also because, anyway, today people talk about low salaries, starvation wages, let's say, in Italy. So I said starting your own business is a way to earn more. Anyway, agreed.
Of course, especially when it's something you like. So it's the passion that drives you to do even more. And so also for yourself, for what you like to do. Even when you get up in the morning.
Without asking. I mean, in terms of earnings anyway, how much more can a freelancer earn compared to an employee today? I mean, I know it depends on the field.
It all depends. But in my opinion, there's a starting point. I think it's at least 10,000 euros more per year.
10,000 euros more net is a big difference. Nearly 1,000 euros.
It depends on the profession and taxes.
Considering that opening a value-added tax number now, opening a value-added tax number is something absurd in Italy. It depends on the aspects, as both areas have pros and cons. Both working as self-employed and as an employee. For example, right now I work as an employee because my situation doesn't allow me to do otherwise.
Because you're also studying.
And so I'm also 20 years old, so the situation is a bit complicated, so...
Okay, but in terms of earnings, in your opinion, who does better, an employee or a freelancer?
Freelancer.
Really? Even in terms of earnings, in your opinion, what is more convenient today?
In terms of earnings, definitely having your own business, but then it depends on you and on the business itself. But being an employee is a kind of security. It's a different kind of well-being. I've experienced both, so I can tell you that.
What are they? Can you describe the main differences you've noticed between being an employee and self-employed?
You have fewer worries, especially if you have a family like I do, so fewer worries.
Can I ask what you did before and what you do now for context?
I used to have a place, an ice cream shop, a bar, a creamery, and today I deal with technical equipment for setups. I work with the Teatro Stabile di Torino, rather than a completely different life.
In my opinion. As someone who is looking for a job and is a graduate, I think working for yourself offers more opportunities because there are few opportunities as an employee, in my opinion.
Okay, what did you graduate in?
Marketing.
Marketing, and you're trying to start your own business, right?
No, actually not right now because honestly I don't have the experience to do it. But in my opinion, it's an easier path to build, potentially.
Okay, what do you think instead?
I think it depends on personal skills. As for me, I would prefer to work as an employee just as I have done because I have been an employee my whole life. But it depends on your personality.
Yes, it's also true that your nature matters a lot because not everyone is suited to working on their own. So you've never thought about...
No, absolutely not.
Who do you think earns more, a freelancer or an employee?
Freelancer.
I think so too.
Freelancer.
In your job, absolutely yes, you can work. I mean, you can earn well because right now there's a lot of demand.
There are many opportunities. There are a lot of things that are coming up now that didn't exist before, so potentially there are a lot of things you can do.
So I'm a show business worker, so I work for myself. So I also opened a value-added tax number this year. Exactly. And for us show business workers, the solution is this. Open a value-added tax number and start. I mean, I'm telling you, for myself.
You've never worked as an employee.
I worked as an employee in the past in the restaurant business. But it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you?
No, absolutely not. In fact, I prefer to do street art instead. I'm better off on my own. I don't have to answer to anyone and I have fun. I do what I like.
Great. So you chose the path of freedom despite taxes, risks, and everything else. Let's say putting it all on the scale. In your case?
I chose that, yes, for what I do. In my opinion, it's the only way.
Who are you on Instagram?
Instagram says there are 2 DL here. Follow me, everyone. I'll be waiting for you. Bye.
Employee or freelancer?
Currently, I'd say employee. If you can find a lasting job, absolutely go with being an employee.
Salaries remain low and unchanged for years.
They are low, but well, the economy is a bit struggling. So being an entrepreneur right now is not easy anyway.
Are you an employee? I imagine so. I think I understood what you do.
I work in a shop.
And so are you happy, satisfied?
I'm happy, satisfied. I just wish I had a bit more money to be able to spend it. But, well, this is obviously the result of the current situation. That's just how it is.
Sure, but do you think it's worth being an employee at a time like this?
If the economy keeps going like this, absolutely yes. It's still worth being an employee. Of course, yes.
And in terms of earnings, in your opinion, who makes more money?
Talking about commerce employees today, I'm fully convinced of my point.
Did I get it? Well, yes, I guess you know because you've done it. Do you know someone?
Well, anyway, I have a pretty good grasp of the reality of the store. So I know more or less what the income and expenses can be. So obviously, you know, the total earnings that can happen inside the store.
He speaks with full knowledge of the facts.
I would say yes.
Now I really cared about it.
Guys, to give you my version as well.
Since I worked for more than 20 years as an employee, and now for almost 3 years, I've been self-employed as a freelancer.
So what's better then? Definitely when it comes to earnings, guys, it's better to go self-employed.
It's true, it's not easy, it's true, it's not something that happens overnight, but the earnings are definitely higher than those of an employee. In my case, as of today, if I have to calculate the monthly average, I've more than doubled the salary I had as an employee.
It's true. I also spent a year building my business, during which some months I had clients.
I had clients, but I didn't know if I would have them the following month. First, if I would make any revenue, and second, how much I would make, and as a result, how much I would earn. So it's true, there is definitely a risk involved, there's insecurity, because it's true, when you're an employee, you're sure about how much you earn, and when you'll get that income. When you're self-employed, you're not sure exactly when you'll get paid, or how much you'll get.
But if you start to get going, build your business and create 4 or 5 channels from which clients come to you,
I can guarantee you guys that the earnings are much higher compared to someone who works as an employee.
Also, when it comes to taxes as a flat rate taxpayer, they're not huge. You pay little, it's true, but you can't deduct expenses.
There are pros and cons there too. But guys, it's nothing out of this world, at least that's my experience. As for personality, there was also a lady who talked about temperament. It's true, not everyone can start their own business because things change. When you're self-employed, everything depends on you. You still have to look for clients. You have to learn to negotiate, to sell. There are different aspects you have to consider. So it's definitely not for everyone. But as the word itself says, if you're a freelancer, you're free, while if you're an employee, you depend on someone else. then everyone chooses for themselves. There's no right or wrong.
It's important to remember that every choice has pros and cons.
Choosing the other option also has pros and cons. As far as I'm concerned today, if you want to earn more, starting your own business is definitely a good solution. That said, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think it's better to be a freelancer or an employee?